This is so dark, man. A little morning walk, viewer. I hope you're all well. It's been a long time since I've come online. I don't think any of you have missed me very much at all, to be honest. And I don't give a fuck if you unsubscribe, okay? I don't give a fuck. I do not fucking care if you unsubscribe from my channel. You fuck knuckles, as if I care. You send me your fucking messages, come online, rah rah, yeah, stick your messages in your ass. I don't give a fuck what you want. Like I really don't, okay? And, you know, I blocked you. So there's your fucking message, there is your response from Lord Dobby, cunt. I just fucking blocked you. I got no interest in what the fuck you want, okay? So I thought I'd just tell you that straight up, you know? Just a little personal message from the Lord Dobby, mate. Anyway, boys, I'm all right. It's been a hell of a trip, man. It's been a hell of a trip, a hell of a ride. Nothing changes, boys. Everything remains the same. And if you don't like it, please unsubscribe. Stop following, no need to be a member, all right? There's no need to do any of that, okay? Other than that, I wish you all the best, and I hope you're all happy, healthy, and well. Me, I'm just going for a walk. It's a Sunday morning here in Melbourne. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. You know, I just wanted to get outside of the house. So I just go for a walk, man. Nothing to complain about, boys. Just the same old, mate. That's all. I'm trying to put it past me, and I can't. I'm finding it very difficult to just, you know, just move past it kind of thing. I have dreams and stuff, you know. I dream about her. I can't help it. It's not like I'm trying to hurt myself, but I dream about her, boys. You know, I think about her. And I think I've got all that fucking right in the world to do that. I don't think I have, you know, anybody has the right to tell me just to move on and forget her and stuff like that. So I can't actually do that. I'm finding it very difficult to do that. I haven't seen my bubba in all of this time. I am so sick of being the fucking blame of absolutely everything. I'm so sick of that, viewer. I mean, I honestly thought women had no accountability, but I can honestly tell you that they have no accountability. None. I've never been blamed for so fucking much bullshit in my life. Okay? And it's everything but see your daughter, everything but talk to your daughter. It's everything but that. And I get tired of it, boys. My brain overloads. My brain overloads. Like I get really cut. And they're all happy about it, mate. They're all happy about it, man. They want me They want it to have no contact, mate, at all. No contact and no rights, no parental rights, absolutely nothing. You know, maybe they'll contact you in the future. Isn't that cruel, viewer? Isn't that fucking cruel? Women are cruel. Cruel humans, just cruel. You know? When it comes down to it, yeah? They're just cruel, bro. I don't know how I'm supposed to get through here, mate. Fucking dogs laying across the pathway.
I think if we fought Aspinall and made Aspinall, it would have been
Nice big breakfast viewer, isn't it, eh? Got bacon and fucking sausages there and eggs and fucking hash browns. There's a whole pile of frozen food there that's just been reheated. Fucking, they pay a fortune for that shit in there. It's $30 or something, mate, just to sit down and have some breakfast. I'm just on my way down to the supermarket, viewer. I thought I'd just get out of the house, you know, and hit the supermarket. I've got a little bit of paper left. So I'm going to try and get some food for next week, mate. Try and see what's on special, mate. But you guys stay on your target, boys, and do your best, man. And I hope yours is a lot fucking better, or it turns out better than what mine has. Because I kind of reflected on it a little bit, bro, you know? Like, I've been able to father children, but the women, they just do not allow you to be a father. You know, they do everything they can to block you from being a father. And they go off on their own and they raise the children on their own, mate, with a stepdaddy. You know? And that's what they want. And they want you to be forgotten. You didn't exist. You're just a bad dream. You know? I swear to God, man, I was watching a video this morning on here. I think Alexander Grace has got it up on his channel, I think it was. And there's this woman, man, she's yelling like anything at this man. And he's doing his best to hold everything back because he knows that only the reaction is the abuse. You know, this woman is allowed to do what she's fucking doing. She's allowed to yell and scream and become emotionally, you know. And only the man's response is going to be the one that gets charged. Okay? I don't know, my journey, bro, it's not finished yet. You know, they're going to take up to 2 months or something to make a decision. And we all know what that decision is. You know, nothing is going to change, mate. You're never going to see your fucking child. You'll never speak to your child. They even use the excuse, we can only have 6 visits at the centre. You can only have 6 visits. What happens then? I said, well, maybe they'll mature and grow the fuck up and obey the fucking law, okay? Because otherwise we're going to be in the same position we are now. And they have no intentions of fucking obeying anything. Nothing. And they fucking lie, mate. Women can fucking lie. Just absolutely lie. So I would be careful, boys, and start recording. You know, if you've got problems like I had, yeah, mate, start recording, because it may be the only way you can protect yourself. It's the only way. It's the only way you can prove them wrong, you know? Like, man, fucking talk about lie. Just blatantly lie, in court, under oath, and fucking lie. So, moving forward, viewer, we have got a few job prospects, and we have been doing our best to get a job, okay? I have been doing my best to do that, man. I really have. But I haven't had much luck yet, I'm afraid. Absolutely no luck. And my channel deserts me. You know, they just want the downfall. That's all you cunts want. You just want a fucking downfall. You want to be able to point at me and go, look, 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 look. You know? That's what you really want. That's what you want, man. That's nice, eh? No, we don't have Halloween here, man. We never have Halloween. This is Australia, mate. We just don't celebrate it, mate. You know, we just don't celebrate it here. So no kids came to the doors, man. No one dresses up in Halloween. We just don't celebrate Halloween here in Australia. And I never sold any masks. The masks were shit this year. Like, absolutely none, boys. I couldn't believe it, eh? I'm a bit gutted about it, to be honest. You know? I was kind of hoping I sold 1 or 2 masks during Halloween. And I didn't sell any, mate. Nothing. I sold a couple of raws. But that's it. So it made it really tough, man. It made it a lot tougher. Everyone's riding a bike everywhere, dude. Seems like a lot of fucking work, mate, to me. Just get something to drink, mate. And then keep on the walk, mate. Keep on the walk. Looks like Spidey Turan's got a 10-month suspended sentence, mate. Does that mean that he's released, mate, to his mum or something like that? Or does he stay in the mental hospital, dude? Does that mean he's released? And that if he does anything wrong, then he gets more of a penalty, right? I think that's how it works, but I'm not sure. Oh, thanks, Jason. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, viewer. I appreciate you. If you don't like me, man, you know, just fuck off, mate. Unsubscribe from the channel and fuck right off. I'm so sick of the fucking negative shit in my life. You cunts don't leave any fucking nice comment. Ooh, cake's on special. All the cakes are on special, man. Yeah, all the cakes are on special, bro. Anyway, I haven't had a chocolate milk, or sorry, a coffee milk in ages, mate. So I'll grab a dare. And that's it, mate. That's my whole shopping, mate. We've got no paper. Are they still on special? They had eggs there the other day, mate. A dozen for 39 cents for a dozen eggs. What's on there today, buddy? Let's have a look, eh? There's not a whole lot in there today, buddy. None of these are on special, mate. I don't want any of that. So nothing there today, boys. Doing the hunting, mate. Doing the hunting, bro. That's what we're doing, bro. We're doing the hunting. I go and hit up all the supermarkets, mate. I'm going into Frankston in a minute. I'll go into Frankston later and check their supermarket out, mate. So, yeah, the Lord Dobby, mate. The Lord Dobby. Haven't been online in a long time, mate. It's been a few weeks now. I think that's better for us. I don't need to be on live every day or whatever. It doesn't bring me any good luck. It doesn't do anything for me and my family. And since then, mate, I've watched the downfall of these streamers, man.
Follow pin-pad prompts to finalize your payment. Do you wish to print a receipt? Please take your change. Notes dispensed below the scanner.
Who's TB, mate? I've no idea who TB is, mate. Never heard of it. Never heard of it, okay? So I don't know who that is. Okay, so I got that. I'm fine. I'm happy. Check this one, mate. I don't think it comes for ages. $52 mark. So $9.52 or whatever. Shit, I've got heaps of time, man. We'll just keep walking, mate. It's nice, eh? Nice old car. Nice Fairlane, bros. Look at that. Chunker. Fuck. Look at that, boys. Fucking beautiful, mate. Fucking chunker, mate. Reminds me of the Mad Max movies, eh? That's what it reminds me of, boys. Yeah, I just come down to get a coffee milk, mate. I can't afford to buy them at the fucking what-do-you-call-it anymore, mate. The prices have gone through the roof. Aldi's, or is that Aldi across the road? I can't remember what supermarket it is, but that supermarket's gone up. They're charging $4.50 now just for a fucking normal chocolate milk, mate. Things have gone through the roof, mate. Everything's going through the roof. Ugh, God, I couldn't think of anything more worse. A fucking bunch of testosterone on a bike riding together, mate. Talking shit. Fuck. Couldn't think of the worst thing in the world, mate. Anyway, so I go down and have a look at the beach, man. See if there's any people there. See if I can throw some planes later, man. I've got to try and think of ways to get out of this fucking mess that I'm in, bro. I really do. I've got to think of ways to get out of it. I've got, 11 masks on eBay at the moment? The most masks that I've ever had, ever. Yeah, haven't cracked it for anything, mate. Not a goddamn mask. So no passive income coming in, no extra little dollars coming in, mate, at all. So I've been suffering the last few weeks. But at least I don't have any more lawyers to pay. I don't have any more psychiatric reports to take. Mate, I think all of that was just a waste of fucking time. I think all of it is just little jobs for a man to do, because they know that a man will do it, you know? You put him on the pathway and you tell him, you know, if you get this done and you'll be able to see your children easier and you'll be able to do this better, and, you know? I mean, the court will say to you, you know, they'll say to you straight up, I need you to prove how much you love your children. So I need you to prove to the court. And they make you go away and do all of this stuff. But in reality, it's just a mouse wheel. That's all it is. It's a mouse wheel to keep your mind occupied. But in reality, it doesn't really do anything for your case. You won't be able to go forward in your case if you don't do it. Okay, that's what they've got over you. You know, if you don't have these completed, then you can't go back to court and complain about her. You know, how dare you? You know, how dare you, okay? How dare you want to go into court and you're not happy you don't see your children, but you haven't got all of the things done that you need to get done, you know? Because men are all abusive. We're all abusive, gentlemen. Every single one of us are all abusers. Okay, as soon as they break up with you, you are an abuser. Before that, you're not an abuser. But the minute she needs some kind of leverage over you, you're an abuser. Now, don't forget, mate, domestic violence these days could be as much as you just liking someone's comment on Facebook. Okay, you liked their comment, that's domestic violence. You didn't remove a picture off your Facebook quick enough, you know, when you got the order and they found a picture, yeah, that's domestic violence. Okay? You say the word no to a woman, that's domestic violence. You raise your voice to a woman because you're upset because she's fucking screaming at you. Okay, she's fucking just being a total cunt to you and a total fucking bitch to you. And you tell her that because that's supposed to be your wife, and that's domestic violence. You know, she's allowed to call you whatever she wants, mate. Okay, remember that. It takes a lot to swallow it, man, to realise, you know, you really don't have any chance at all, buddy. Like, you really, really don't. You got to have a lot of money, or she's got to be a total drug head in order for you to get any kind of, you know, thing with your children. You know, and then they will poison the children against you, you know, and it'll be your fault. They'll blame you. You know, I was told, oh, because you yelled at her when she was really, really young, she doesn't want to see you anymore, doesn't want anything more to do with you. And I said, really? And when did I do that? And how did I do that? And what did I say? You know, like, you know, when you actually get down to it, they've got nothing. They've got nothing, mate. They've got no, you know, you're talking about a fucking 4-year-old, bro. And, you know, I didn't do any of that. And they total deny any kind of access you've had or anything that you did with the children. They'll deny that you did that. You didn't do anything. You're a terrible father, you know. It makes it really, really hard, man, because they don't have to tell the truth. They don't have to, mate. They can fucking lie. That's what blew me away. You have just sworn on the fucking an oath, mate. An oath in court doesn't mean shit to a woman. It doesn't mean anything to her. She will fucking lie. Okay? Because they make you swear an oath, you know, to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Yeah, most of these fucking people, mate, they don't even swear by God because they don't believe in God. So they just make an affirmation, you know, I swear that I'll obey and tell the truth and rah-rah. And from there on, they just lie. They blatantly lie, mate. And I think, mate, it's a big setup. It's a big setup, mate. If you haven't got a grown-up ex-partner who is going to fight you the entire way, then you are never going to see your fucking children ever. Okay, ever. Because the children get told a whole bunch of shit about you, bro. And then they start to hate you or whatever. They start to dislike you or whatever. And then you got no chance, mate. I miss my little daughter, mate. I miss being a dad, to be honest. You know, just taking care of my kids, you know, providing and taking care of them. I miss that. I feel like I've been robbed, mate. You know, basically robbed of my chance of being a parent. That's how I feel. You know, I've fathered children, yeah, but I've had nothing to do with their fucking growing up, mate. These fucking women take off, man, and that's it. You don't ever see your children. You don't ever talk to them. You don't ever see them. Like, this is the world that we live in now. Okay? And you don't have to be a cunt, dude. You don't have to be a bad guy. You just have to be a normal guy. And I can swear to God, as soon as she's finished with you, she'll claim you're an abuser. You know, you've done this and you've done that wrong. And she'll take your kids from you, mate. You'll never see your children again. And in their mind, mate, that's logical. The female logic, yeah, that's their logic. That you should never see your children again. I don't understand that logic. And they think they're doing their child a value. They're doing the children value by not seeing a good dad. You know, they actually think they're doing them a favour. You know, kids need both their parents, mate. Not just a mother that's fucking putting the dad down every chance they get. You know? Because that's all I've ever experienced, mate. It really is. And they still play up to it, man. When you go to court, they'll play up to the court. You know, they'll need security guards, mate, to secure them, you know, to walk them to the courtroom. And you're just sitting there fucking laughing your ass off, right? But, you know, as far as they've told everybody, you know, you're a DV person. You're a person that's going to harm them. You know what I mean? And you're just sitting there laughing your ass off, bro. You really are. You know, like, honestly. But that's what I was accused of, man. That's how I felt. And I've got no fucking chance at all of seeing my fucking daughter. You know, why is that fair? How is that fucking fair? And how is it fair that you walk away and you think that that's correct, that should be how it is? You know? Women are the cruelest of the cruel, bro. Like, they're fucking just cruel, mate. And they don't have any compunction, dude. None at all. You know, they'll look him in the face and blame you the whole time, man. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. You know? That's what's nasty about it, bro. Fair enough, man. I'm not perfect, but either is a fucking woman, mate. But they'll sit there and everything that they say and do is all perfection, right? And everything that you do and say is wrong. Yeah, we still got planes. Yeah, well, it might help if you had a bike, yeah. If you like riding bikes. Great. I don't really want to walk with a bike, man. Yeah, man, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh. And women taketh. Okay? They don't giveth. That's the only thing I've ever noticed, mate. So I applied for all these jobs this week. Hopefully we get something, man. Something's got to give. And hopefully we're out of this Halloween season, so my masks will come back in. And hopefully we sell a few masks, mate. And we've got Christmas coming up, dude. So hopefully we can pump out the masks, mate. I just miss my kid, dude. I don't know how to fucking describe it. And it's just not fair. And what am I in now? 5 years now. 5 fucking years. And the courts will not care about you. They don't care. They can just say, oh, your daughter doesn't want to see you anymore, your daughter doesn't want to speak to you, there's nothing we can do about it, that's it. So the woman has poisoned the child against you, and it doesn't matter what paperwork you've got or what things you've done, you'll never see your children again, okay? Because the woman just goes to the court and says, oh no, the child doesn't want to see him again, so I'm not going to obey anything. I'm not going to do anything in the court order. And they haven't done anything in 4 fucking years, mate. So it sucks. It sucks, bro. And I'm trying not to think about it, to be honest. But it's very hard to not think about it. I'm just on my way down to Frankston, man. I've got a silver eagle in my pocket, so I'll see if I can get some paper, because I'm a little bit broke at the moment. So until I get a job or until I get this fucking some masks sold, mate, I've got to try and think of other avenues. I've got to try and think of other ways. And that's what it's for, isn't it? That's what it's for, That's why I got the coins in the first place, right? So we'll go down and see how much we can get for a silver eagle, mate. And I've got a 2-ounce coin on me, so I'll see if he likes the 3 ounces, mate. So at today's spot price, it should pull me out of trouble a little bit. The internet's going to go off, I think, on Monday, tomorrow. The internet will go off, and I can't be fucking bothered, boys. All I'm doing is sitting here watching YouTube videos and fucking TikTok, mate. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Going on live stream, mate, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea anymore, boys. I might have to give it away completely, okay? It's just not worth my exposure anymore, and there's no paper in it, mate. You can't even get a chocolate milk at the end of the day. So I don't think it's a good idea to remain on live stream all the time. It hasn't done me any good in my life, mate. They still use those videos that are on TikTok and still use the ones that are on YouTube. They still try and get me into court. They still try and have me charged for fucking troll videos that are made about me. They still try and get me into court for it, bro. They've got a big write-up on my file. I got to look at my file, mate. And I didn't even know about all this shit. I had no idea, man. I had none. I didn't know when they said, the photograph, you didn't remove the picture off your website quick enough. I didn't know that was a charge. I didn't know that. I got called down to the cop station, 3 times, I think, because I didn't scroll all the way through my history, and there was an old picture there of Echo, and of course they give you a fine. I think it was an $800 fine or something, and then I liked someone's comment, and that was a $1,500 fine, and then there was another fine for $600 and they put it under domestic violence, mate. Domestic fucking violence, mate. Can you cop that, bro? So domestic violence is a huge umbrella. It just covers everything. It covers everything, bro. Even a comment on the internet, they can put down as domestic violence. Okay? So you don't necessarily have to yell at a woman or do anything wrong to her or hit her or anything like that, mate. You can be charged with domestic violence for just a comment on the internet. So be careful, boys, because it's all just to narrow down the masculine side of you, or make you into a feminine side. Well, you can't have an opinion that differs from them. You can't say anything that's different from them. You have to agree. You know, I mean, you've got to admit, boys, if you're married, isn't it a lot easier just to say yes rather than have an opinion? Isn't it a lot easier just to say yes and to agree with everything rather than have an opinion that they don't want to hear about or don't want to know about? Because you're going to have problems, man, okay? You'll have problems. I mean, the one that I was with, mate, she didn't like any opposition commentary. It had to be agreeable. You had to agree to her at all times. Otherwise, you've got a huge amount of problems. You know, the ignore game and all of that stuff, mate. They play that with you. But they use the power of the lips, mate. If you understand what I'm saying, the power of the P, mate. Okay. They use that, bro. Because if you don't stay in line, then you're not going to get any, right? So that's why you stay in line. That's why you agree to everything, to keep everything sweet and keep everything rolling, right? I cannot tell you, man, how many times even just saying the word no, and suddenly this person has got the shits for fucking 2 weeks, because you haven't agreed to what they want. And mine was already worse enough, man. You know, they don't speak English. You know, I no longer speak English. I only speak Chinese. So that's the trick that mine pulled. You know, I no longer speak English. Do you know what it's like being married to somebody, mate? Who fucking, you know, suddenly they say, I don't speak English anymore. So that that extinguishes all conversation. It extinguishes everything to do with the person, mate, but you're fucking married to it. It makes for a horrible, horrible marriage. A horrible marriage. And they'll go to court and they say, oh no, we don't speak Chinese at home, we only speak English at home. And that's a load of absolute rubbish, an absolute fucking lie. And so if they're willing to lie in court, bro, then there's no reason to continue the conversation with them. There's no use continuing the questioning of what's going on here, because they're just going to lie. They're not going to tell the truth, even though they've sworn in or whatever. Yeah, because they don't speak English. No understand. That's what they fall back on. I didn't understand. We're heading into Frankston, mate.
Morning to those passengers arriving in on the train on platform 2. Can you travel down towards Stony Point? Please make your way to the train on platform 3. Stony Point is about ready to depart. Passengers travelling in the city, that's the train on platform 1. Can you travel down towards Stony Point? Please make your way to the train on platform 3.
lorddobby@gmail.com is my PayPal if you wanted to bless the stream today. I'd appreciate you. If you want to bless the stream, lorddobbyking@gmail.com is my PayPal. Don't use the super chat. Don't worry about any of that. I'm going to turn it off. I just got to remember to turn it off. Da, 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 da. Oh man. So I was travelling on the train the other day, and there would have been like a fucking 70-year-old man, and he's like sitting there and he's like crying, I said, "You all right, mate? You all right?" I sat next to him, you know, and 3 teenagers just jumped him, mate. They give him a bash. They took his wallet and his medication. I can't remember what else they stole or whatever, but that's what he was talking about. So this guy was incredible, dude. He only just got on at Seaford. That's the same station that I get on. So, a bit upsetting, man, because he was a really old man. 3 teenagers on a bike. 3 teenagers on a bike, mate. Let me rest for a minute, bro. Lord Dobby, how you doing? Good, thanks, man. I don't know. I'm going to go and see, because I'm broke, mate, Richard. You know, my ex likes hearing that, mate. People like hearing that you're broke. Okay? They like that. So I'm going to go and try. I don't know, man. I think the spot price today is 50 US or something. I don't know. It's the highest it's been in a little while. So I only bought them in at $24, I think it was, when I bought them. Oh, they're not open yet. Or maybe they're not open today. No, maybe they're not open today. No one's open. It's not open, bro. Or maybe it's too early, mate. Oh. Yeah, I don't know, man. What time is it? It's 9:30. Maybe it's too early. I don't know, man. Pretty quiet here, eh? Halloween, mate. What a greatest fucking bullshit that is, eh? Oh, it's too early here. Everything's fucking closed, man. Maybe they don't open until 11 o'clock or some shit. This is Australia, mate, eh? Ain't nothing open here early on a Sunday, eh? Completely normal, man. Well, at least I'll be able to get a coffee milk, mate. I'll be able to get a 2 litre. The intense one, 2 litre. Yeah, it's all empty, man. It's fucking 9:30 in the morning, mate. This is Australia. What are you expecting, mate? There's no one here, buddy. But we can get a 2 litre here, man. Da, 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 da.